Hello people, today I have with us the Rabiot R623 core 30-minute missions model. This one is a premium Bandai exclusive, and when you take a look at it, it is not difficult to see why. This is actually something from P Bandai that I think actually feels premium compared to some of the other stuff I've built. So this unit actually belongs to the Special Forces of the Earth Alliance and can fight in extreme environments such as regions with hot or cold climates. Its sturdy, heavy armor and large armaments with intense destructive capability leads its allied troops to victory. The Demonic Blade Cannon, a weapon developed using the Rabiot's exclusive armaments as a reference, has offensive capabilities that can wipe out a large number of enemy units with a single blow and aggressive versatility, as parts of its weapons can be combined or detached to handle different battle situations. So that is the write-up for this guy here, and as you can see, he is a big, beefy little monster compared to any of the other 30-minute missions kits. That weapon that includes that Demonic Blade Cannon is quite a beast as well. I will put that in his hands shortly, but for now it is mounted to his backpack. I am a big fan of this kit. Rabiot isn't one that I particularly care about. I think it was a kind of middling effort to an upgrade for the Alto. I didn't really appreciate the way it looked just out of box. It is actually still my least favorite unit from the 30-minute missions line, but this one definitely climbed the ranks up there. I would definitely rate it higher than anything that I own right now, besides some of the Maxion forces. So to build this, it took around an hour. There are a lot of option parts in this set, so you do have to kind of look around for the parts. And they're labeled with sprues called like OPSW1 and things like that. So it's a little confusing when you put it together, but the instructions are very clear. You just have to be a little bit more awake than I was, possibly. Maybe I was a little bit tired when I was building it. But that said, the result is very, very cool. It's a very edgelord looking kit. I like the way it looks. It's got that that appeal of the red and black combination, and it actually has a very bright blue eyepiece, which contrasts the entire look very well, and actually shines a lot better than I think most of them do. So I haven't actually reviewed a Rabiot on this channel, so I'm going to go ahead and give you an overview of the articulation in just a second here. All right, so first off, you have the head, which is on a ball joint at the top here, and it is on a able to rock inside the neck there. So inside the chest, you have that rock, and then you have the ball joint. Moving straight on from that, you have the typical Iron-Blooded Orphans and 30-minute missions ball joint into the shoulder, which this part can actually pull out just a hair and give you just that much extra articulation, which is always a good thing. That snaps right in. The shoulder is typical of the 30-minute missions. So you have a rocking shoulder joint, which is on the B3 part, which is smashed in between these two parts here. The shoulder, you get quite a lot of articulation here, with the exception of all the armor parts that are on here. So you don't get full extension on there, but it can move 360 degrees. You get a rotation here at the upper arm. You get a simple joint here, just the bend. It can do quite a bit there with that armor in place, quite a little bit more than 180 degrees. You got a ball joint at the wrist, and on this one you have the same shield as the Alto does on the commander type. So you get a rotation here at the arm and a rotation at the shield, so you can move that in any way you want and get that where you need it to go. This is also articulated, so you have, I don't know if those are guns or thrusters, but either way, Pretty cool there. Same thing the other side. Inside here is a ball joint. So it's captured inside the middle of the chest, and that lets you have that little bit of rock. It's actually not bad. But similar to the Iron-Blooded Orphans kits, that can come off very easily. But it's as easy as pushing it right back in. No problem. And then that ball joint to the waist as well. So you got quite a bit more articulation there. Just a simple ball. On the waist here, the side skirt. So there's a side skirt piece that's captured inside the waist. This one can move up and down quite a bit. The armor up on top will inhibit that movement. This one also rotates. So does this one inside. So you can actually rotate it here or here on the outside. That also gives you another rotation on the outside. And then these ones can rock up and down as well. So on here, you have a tiny bit of articulation as well. Actually, I think these ones just move in and out. Yeah, so these rock this way. But that's both of these. So lifting those up, you can see the typical ball, the style of joint that the 30-minute missions kits use. There is the drop down that these guys have on most of the newer models. So you get a hip drop down. So if you want to do some dynamic posing, you can do that. These ones also rotate 360 degrees. You just have the armor in place to stop you. And there is a ball inside the upper leg here. So you can go all the way around. There are double jointed knees on this set. You aren't putting any plate in front of it because this is a long armor piece. This is articulated as well. On the leg here, you get a rocker on the bottom, so you can go left and right, and you get a full ball joint on the base, on the foot, rather, base, whatever. So that is all the articulation you can get out of this guy, and that said, it is not anything to sniff at. He can pull off some quite dynamic poses for having such short arms and such big legs. I am definitely a fan of that. Oh, there is one more point of articulation I didn't show you, and that is right here. So believe it or not, these things can move too on the shoulders. All right, so the last thing I'll bring up about the model in particular is the very huge gun. As you can see, that barrel is gigantic, and it attaches the sword directly to it. I'm not sure how I feel about the sword being on the side. I think it would be suited in different places a little bit better. But it is a really cool, way over the top weapon with a sub-mounted, perhaps grenade launcher, smoke canister launcher, something like that. Very, very cool. I believe it's just attached the regular gun that comes with the Rabiot with one of the option parts. But it's still way over the top and really cool. So I'm a fan of this weapon. Other than the weapon, the other things that it includes, a really nice decal sheet, which I'm really excited to put these parts on. I want to give this a little paint job. The red is a good red, but I do want to give it a little bit more of a weathered appearance, so that's something I'm going to do. But in addition to that, the other option parts that came with this thing are incredibly ridiculous. So just like the Portanova that I reviewed before, there are so many option parts included in this thing that it's just hard to fathom getting all these separately and coming up with this. It's a very simple look compared. But look at all these things. You get armor plates, C-clip joints, some of the option armor parts for the Alto, the weapon upgrades, really cool blade, another gun attachment. You get the lightweight midsection. It's just a lot of stuff going on here. Optional shoulder parts, I think this is the default shoulder for the Rabiot. Backpacks. There are ammo packs. Just tons and tons of stuff that you can use on any of your other 30-minute missions kits. These really cool rockets. Mount that on there somewhere. Some more skirting armor. Just tons and tons of things. There's other feet even. Just lots of things that you can play with. And, the option parts, they already give you a lot to play with. But this one came with multiple option parts. I can't in particular tell you which ones came with it because I'm not that well versed in the 30-minute missions universe. I'm a dabbler. I'm way into the Maxion forces, but I couldn't tell you which option sets these were. That's just not me. Not yet, anyway. I am getting into them a lot more, so we'll see what happens. But for now, I am just a fan of how much extras you're included in this kit, and so many different things to play with if you wanted to customize. So definitely one to pick up if you can. I got it from P Bandai when it was on pre-order. I have seen it available. I think any price that you're willing to pay for it is worth a while because you do get a lot. I think I paid $38 for it. It might be $28. But I think with this $10 shipping is $48. So it's worth the while. I think if you're spending less than $50, it's definitely a cool set. And those decals are really cool. I don't know if they're supreme detailed, but I really do enjoy the way they look. I'm definitely going to be using them after I give this thing a paint job, which may come way further down the line, but it will definitely happen. But I think that's all I have time for today. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys next time, or you'll see me, but more than likely, you'll just see my stuff. Have a great day. Bye.